Hey, am I live here? Connor is not going. Yes, I am. I'm live. Guys, my second video of the day. And I'm doing this. Perosi, what's up? Thanks for joining me. Get a little more light on myself if I can here. So I made a video earlier today. I'm back. I'm back, Perosi. I'm back. I made a video earlier today. You could tell today I had a day off. So I'm actually able to get on here and make videos, right? Hey, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. Thanks, Litecoin Perosi, LTC Perosi. So, all right. So the title of my video are altcoins dead? Yes, Bitcoin will survive, along with a few other altcoins. And I made a video at the end of the school year last year, because I remember this is when I was recording on my phone. If you go way back and you watch my videos, and when I was online to pick up my son from school, and it was the end of last year. And I talked about some of the dangers that altcoins are going to face. And about 3-4 months ago now, I told you to start getting out of your altcoins and getting into Bitcoin. That Bitcoin is going to be the one, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and recap some of the reasons why. And guys, I don't say this to be a jerk. I'm not saying this to pump Bitcoin. I'm saying this because this is just honestly what I think. I'm not here to BS anybody. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm just here to truly let you know how I feel. All right. Um, and some people don't like videos when I talk bad about coins and different coins and what has potential and what doesn't and why, because people get so involved with their coins, they fall in love with their coins that they own, and they believe that it's going to make them rich, and they have this mental psychological thing that I own this coin and it's a part of me and I'm going to be faithful to it and it's going to make me rich, and I've been following it, and the more time you put into something, the more involved with it and the more you want to see it succeed, which is a natural human reaction. Hey there, Mr. Bolins. But guys, I'm just here to shoot straight with you. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm not here to be a bullshit artist. Okay, I'm here just to give you my honest opinion, and then you can form your own opinion based on what you hear. And this is why I love freedom of speech so much, is because you are able to watch different people get different sources of information and figure things out on your own. But if you only hear one side of the story 100% of the time, you've got nothing else to consider. All right. So here it is. Last year, I talked about altcoins and what is going to happen with them. And here we go with the recap. Most, if not all, of these altcoins had initial coin offerings where they raised money. Lots of them raised millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. A lot of money, right? As the value of these coins have dropped, so have the value of the coins that the people who own these companies or these cryptocurrencies, their wealth has also dropped along with it. Now, don't forget, out of this money, they're responsible for paying their employees, the rents on their buildings, their technology, their any kind of promotion they do. And we're getting to the point now where a lot of that money is starting to dry up. Yes, it seemed great at first when they had all that money, and you know how people do, how they get when they have a lot of money. A lot of times, people, companies get careless with it. They pay employees too much. They do advertising that was foolish, that doesn't affect them or help them at all. When the market was going down, they didn't work on advancing their product. They worked on other things. They bought Lambos. They gave bonuses. They were foolish with their money. And now we're getting to the time where that millions of dollars is shrinking down and they still have all the expenses, right? They still got to pay their rent. They still have to pay their employees. But now they've got to cut back. They've got to start making cuts. It's going to get to a point where it's going to be either we lay off half our staff, which we need to grow, which is eventually going to be the downfall of our cryptocurrency, or we got to figure out another way to raise some money, and that's not easy to do. Um, and you're going to start seeing a lot of these cryptocurrencies that you've had so much faith in, so much hope in, start to go under. All right. And like I said, I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'm just saying it because this is honestly what I feel is going to happen. And if you look inside your heart and your head, you're going to see that this makes sense as well. All right. Unless they've got a working product or they've got some backers that really believe in their product and some backers that have some big money that they're willing to risk risky um, a very risky investment, which is cryptocurrencies, then a lot of them are going to be out of luck and they're going to start going under. All right. And now there are going to be those diamonds in the rough that are very hard to find, and you're going to be extremely lucky to be holding them. And they, in my opinion, you're going to have plenty of time to get into those once they've proven themselves that they are something that's going to last. Okay. So there's over 2,000 cryptocurrencies. If they're pretty much under 500, those are all pretty much going to die, unless they're a brand new ICO that just got did some fundraising and had a coin offering where they've got a fresh batch of money and a good idea, but and they just haven't been exposed yet for being good, or bad. But what we've got right now is a lot of coins that are pipe dreams, right? And by a pipe dream, um, it's hollow inside. It's got nothing to it. It could be a nice shiny um, pipe on the outside. It can have a nice flashy website with all kind of lines and dots that connect like a web with flashes here and cities in the background that go back and forth and scroll down and a little trail on your mouse when you go around and it looks oh so exciting and this must be the best company in the world, right? And all they did is hire a web developer that knew how to make a fancy website because their cryptocurrency hasn't created anything yet that is going to make you money. All they're doing is it's like what they call those guys that used to travel around from town to town selling medicines to people, not witch doctors. I can't think of, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like they sell the cure all and they sell it and they make their money and then they leave town and then people have their cure all and then they take it and they're still just as sick as they ever were before. It didn't help. And that's kind of what I feel a lot of these cryptocurrencies are. And I believe a lot of them legitimately had big hopes and dreams and plans for what they're going to do. I just don't see it, and I wouldn't invest any money in any altcoins until you see some proof in the pudding. Even Cardano, which I invested in, they've been talking so spectacular for the last 2.5 years. And what product do they have to show for it still? Nothing. And then let's say Cardano does get their blockchain and their ledger and everything going up and running smooth and great. They still have to have clients that are going to build on it to make money. Okay? I mean, yeah, you can buy the ADA and speculate, and that can help the price as well. But again, it's still a pipe dream. It's still nothing unless first hurdle is they have to build a working product. Second product is they have to have customers come to it, which is a huge hurdle by itself, okay? Especially with all the competition between Ethereum, um, EOS, Lisk, um, OMG, Neo. I mean, there's tons of options for it. And even if you're the best, it doesn't mean that you're going to be the one that is the most profitable. A lot of these companies, second problem is, and I'm going to get to why Bitcoin is really and other coins like it, I believe, are safe. All right, because um, Crypto Lark was just talking about Substraten the other day, saying how they're virtually out of money and they have to start laying off staff to keep going. A couple of years ago, Substraten was something I was considering going into. You know, um, I told you guys a couple of months ago, once Binance stopped offering these coins to American citizens, that altcoins were going to take a beating, and they have taken a beating over the last few months. Unless you're in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin hasn't done what I expected it to do, but I still expect it to do big things. It has not taken a beating like these altcoins have. If you're in Bitcoin, you're pretty much, you haven't lost anything unless you bought when it was at 14 and just had a little bad timing there for that one day. But it's been basically in the $10,000 range here for months, right? Besides for a few swings up and down. But basically, if you were in Bitcoin, your money has been pretty safe and secure. If you've been in almost any altcoin, you are down over the last 3 months, and you're down big. You're down at least 50%. Okay. And that's after the beating that we took for the beginning of the year. All right. So altcoins right now, to me, are all way too risky, because not only could they be pipe dreams, but they have to continue to advance, to work on their technology. They have to keep having an office space. They have to keep developers on board. They have to have a payroll that money is constantly flowing out of, right? Bitcoin, Litecoin, Digibyte, there's just too many tokens. It'll be fine, but it's going to take a long time for Digibyte to do anything. It's not going to be a currency of choice, because, and I'm going to get into this for you as well as, and Digibyte guys, I hate to break your hearts. Again, I don't mean to make these videos to get people mad, to try to promote Bitcoin, to be a Bitcoin maximalist, because if you followed my channel for any amount of time, you know that I was never a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm just seeing things with my eyes and my ears and my brains that are leading me in this direction. All right. I hope that this is going to make sense to you as I roll it out here for you guys. So, as these companies have to keep dishing out money to their developers, to advertising, to get listed on different exchanges, because now all the exchanges are drying up. If they even get put on an exchange, period, I mean, that could be the death of a cryptocurrency right there. We already know Bitcoin, Litecoin are on all the exchanges. We know they don't have to hire a lot of developers. A lot of the work that's done on Bitcoin and Litecoin, if not all of it, is voluntary, besides for maybe a few developers. They don't have a lot of money going out. They can concentrate on things like promotion. They're already developed. Their purpose is in place. What they do is what they do. They are a store of value, and yes, you can also purchase things with it. And that's it. And that's all they do. And that's all they have to do to have value. These other cryptocurrencies have to develop a website, or they have to be an internet browser like Basic Attention Token, or they have to keep developing like Ethereum. Um, it's a constant outflow of money. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Digibyte are not an outflow of money. They're snake oil salesmen. Yes, thank you, Niven. Snake oil salesmen. That's what a lot of these cryptocurrencies are looking like to me right now. A lot of these altcoin owners are going to see the money drying up, and they've still got a nice chunk, and they're going to just pocket that money. Remember, crypto is not regulated. These companies, these owners can sell off their coins, go under, take their profits. See you later. I'm buying my Lambo, and I'm taking a cruise, or I'm buying a boat and I'm hanging out in wherever, the Caribbean, wherever. You know what I mean? Bitcoin and Litecoin have proven themselves. They have been around. Bitcoin for 10 years, Litecoin for I think 8 years, probably more than that now. They have huge communities. They're not going to go anywhere. Let's say something terrible happened to cryptos. They may go down in value, but they're not going away. If you're in altcoins right now, the dice that you're rolling isn't just a little roll of the dice. It is an enormous roll of the dice. I mean, I can't stress it enough, guys. In 2017, and this is where some of the excitement has left cryptocurrencies, because you had the chance to get into altcoin and get a 10x, right, in less than a month, and that was the mentality of it. And with Bitcoin, you can get a 2x, okay? Not quite as exciting. Still blows out of the water any investment that you can ever imagine, right? Litecoin has the potential to X even more, you know, and they will, and they're going to in the short term future. I just want to ring the alarm and let people know, if you're holding on to your altcoins and dreaming that they're going to 10x, I think you're risking your money. And I know people hate to sell when they're down so much, because I've said it in videos before, you don't lose money until you sell, right? It doesn't mean you can't sell and put it into something else. And this is going to sound like I'm shilling for Bitcoin and Litecoin, and I'm not. But if you want to be in cryptocurrencies, these are by far your safest bets, okay? By far. And now let me talk about XRP. And I know people get on XRP and they love XRP, but XRP has a petition going out right now because XRP holders are super pissed at Ripple because they're doing what I said they've been doing for the last year. And people on XRP don't want to listen. They just want to think that XRP is going to the moon, that it's going to $10. Guys, that's not going to happen. This is not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial planner, so don't, get on me for this. But let's say Ripple's at 25 cents. Let's say it 10x's and gets up to $2.50. You know how many people are going to sell the Ripple that bought it at 25 cents? Tons. And that drives the price down. To get up to $10, it would be almost a miracle. All right. I mean, something major league would have to happen. Like Bitcoin and Litecoin would have to go under, and Ripple would have to be accepted as the currency for the world for Ripple to go up that high. But what I was just saying before that is, there's a petition with over 250,000 signatures on it right now for Ripple holders that are, I'm sorry, XRP holders that are pissed at Ripple for doing exactly what I said they have been doing. And that's every time Ripple goes up, they take a chunk, Ripple takes a chunk of XRP and they sell it. And that brings the price of XRP right back down. And you know how many XRP tokens they have? Something like 90 million, or 150 million. It's some absurd amount. So they can do this, for years. They can keep the price of Ripple at 25 cents for years. All right, guys, use your heads. People love XRP that are in XRP. I think it's going back, look, it can go up, guys, but I think, like I stated, if something happens with an altcoin and it looks like legitimately it's going to be a superstar token or coin, all of us, anyone watching this video, anyone who sees this video, we are like the 3% of people that are investing in cryptocurrencies, okay? You've got plenty of time to get in there and buy that cryptocurrency. Yes, maybe you're not going to get it at the all-time low. Maybe it'll 10x by the time it says that, hey, this is legit, right? You're still going to be getting it at a bargain basement price, all right? You're not going to miss out on an altcoin, okay? You'll know if it's legit. You'll know if you see it go up and then not drop immediately back down. You'll know if news comes out and things are proven and that it's a working progress and that they've got money. It'll prove itself. Even if it 10x's or 20x's, you'll be so early in. And if it is a legit good project, that it's going to 100x, 1,000x. You know what I mean? You're not going to miss out. All right. Bitcoin and Litecoin are proven. They happen every year or every 4 years or once X amount of blocks are developed. This guarantees appreciation because they will be deflationary. The more times they happen, the more deflationary they come. All right. Now, people think that Bitcoin and Litecoin already are deflationary, and they're not, because every single day, a certain amount of Bitcoin and a certain amount of Litecoin is produced. Okay. It's mined. If nobody buys that Bitcoin or Litecoin, then it's put on the market and the price goes down. Now, when the price goes down to a level that's attractive for investors to get into it, and I feel right now it's about 10,000 is about the low for Bitcoin because we saw it drop down to 9 and then within minutes bounce right back up to 10. If you can get Bitcoin below 10,000 right now, it's like buying it at $100 4 or 5 years ago. All right. Um, it's in my opinion, it's at its bottom, unless some strange, strange things happen. But if things keep going how they're going, this is basically the bottom. It's been going at this level for the whole year, basically, besides for a few swings. And we're just waiting for this institutional money to come in. And when it does, guys, we're going to see FOMO like you can't even imagine. And it's just around the corner. It's not far away. And we've got all these big institutions ready to, you ever see Black Friday, when they got the outside of the gate and they got all outside of the store and all those people lined up waiting to get in. And then the person unlocks the door and they barely have time to get out of the way and the doors fly open and all the people flood in. That's what we're going to have with Bitcoin first and then Litecoin. Now, Litecoin's price is very attractive right now as well. So we may see Litecoin have one of these big ass moves like it does often where it goes up, 30, 40, 50% in a matter of a week. Don't put it past it. We did talk about after the halvening how Litecoin normally does have a little drop, which we're seeing now, and then it levels off and then it starts to go up. And the leveling off can last for a few months, 2 months, and August, September, October, October sometime, end of October, or sooner, we're going to see Litecoin start to move up again as well. It's just kind of a pattern that it follows after the halvening. But I also think that people are going to be anticipating this Bitcoin halvening that's going to be in April or May, depending on the hash rate. And the hash rate, the faster it goes, the faster that time, the shorter that timeline gets. So, right, it was projected to be April. Now it's looking like it might be May. And if the hash rate keeps going up, who knows? Not May, April. I was going the wrong way. Sorry, sometime when I talk, I don't think right. But it's going to get shorter, okay? If the hash rate keeps improving, it keeps increasing in Bitcoin like it has been, we could see that date get even closer. The closer it gets, people want to get in early. They want to get in before the halvening. So, they want to be ahead of the game. And by ahead of the game, they want to invest before it takes off. And that can happen anytime now, especially with all the institutions that are going to be getting in from now to November. A ton of institutions are going to be coming live. A bunch of insured Bitcoin and Litecoin is going to be coming on board to people. It's going to be easier for people to buy. And that I had a video earlier today about my friend trying to buy Bitcoin. We spent 2 hours on Coinbase and he still wasn't able to buy it, right? When we get these platforms available where it's easy to just get in there and buy it, people aren't going to have this frustration. I can't imagine anyone over 60, unless they're really, into tech and computers and all that, trying to buy a Bitcoin or any cryptocurrencies right now. It's virtually impossible unless they've got help from somebody. And I know cryptocurrencies, and I was there with him for 2 hours, and he still hasn't been able to buy his Bitcoin. So, guys, once it becomes easy, trust me, people like that are going to get in, and they're going to keep adding every week or every month to their Bitcoin. And he's a small time investor. Guys, it's around the corner. And right now, things seem a little bleak and a little boring. But trust me, it's about to get exciting really quick here, guys. And it's not going to take much. I'm going to look at the comments here real quick here. Rosie's got Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Ethereum Classic. I think those are probably all pretty decent. Especially the Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum is probably going to be fine, but what they say their blocks are almost full, and their transaction times are getting slower and slower. And Ethereum 2 is supposedly going to be ready shortly. And if it does get ready, then Ethereum is still the leader there. Just for fun, I'll be honest, I own 2 Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, say Bitcoin is. Let's see, ready to lose them if it fails. Yeah, those Bitcoin Cash and the other Bitcoin spinoffs that are similar to Bitcoin are probably going to be okay because they are very similar to Bitcoin. They just have shorter block times or longer block times or whatever minor changes they have, but there's still no substitute for Bitcoin and Litecoin. They're going to be stores of value, people. And I want to talk about Digibyte. This is what I was talking about, Digibyte. People think that transactions are going to be done in Digibyte. I have my doubts about that, and let me tell you why. Digibyte, again, will be another store of value. It'll be just like the metals, just equivalent, like Bitcoin to gold, Litecoin to silver, Digibyte to, I don't know, I don't really know the metals that are not copper. I don't know, maybe not even copper. Copper might be too valuable. I don't know. But it's something that people just maybe want to buy a bunch of, to have a bunch of, but it's not going to move up very rapidly for a few reasons. One, there's too many Digibyte coins out there available, and you see how hard it is for Bitcoin and Litecoin to move up. Can you imagine if Bitcoin and Litecoin had millions or hundreds of millions or billion? I don't even know. There's a lot of Digibyte. I don't even know how many there are. There's a lot. Can you imagine if there were that many Bitcoin and Litecoin, how hard it would be to move them? So that's one reason why Digibyte is going to struggle to go up. Same thing like XRP. If it does 10x, the people who bought it low are going to sell out and drive the price back down. It's not something that's scarce like Bitcoin and Litecoin are becoming more and more scarce every day. When more produced, that means there's less that will ever be produced. And I know Digibyte has the same thing, but there's just so many of them. Unless we really have a crypto revolution, Digibyte, you're going to have to wait quite a while to see appreciation in Digibyte. And then the other thing is, people, I think, are counting on Digibyte being a form of money, which it can be, but for the most part, and tell me if this makes sense to you, when I go to the store and I buy a soda and they have up there that it's $2.99, soda is too small of an example. Let's use something larger like a television. I'm going to buy a television that costs $1,000, right? And if I use a stable coin, I know that it's going to be $1,000 when I transfer $1,000 of Tether to the company, that it's $1,000 that came out of my bank account. I know the exact amount, right? Digibyte, am I going to end up paying 1,100 for it? Am I going to, which doesn't help me, I'm paying $100 too much for that TV. Or am I going to pay $900 for it because the price of Digibyte has gone down? Now the person who's selling you the TV is not happy. And overall, people want to know what they're getting and how much they're paying for it. And unfortunately, because cryptocurrencies that are not stable coins fluctuate in price, it's going to affect the price of purchases. And for that reason, I believe that people are not going to use them as a currency unless they become collectible, like Bitcoin and Litecoin can very easily become collectible as they become more and more scarce. People may just want to have in their possession a Bitcoin or a part of a Bitcoin or a Litecoin because they're going to be hard to get. Not everybody's going to be able to get a Bitcoin or a Litecoin, where Digibyte is plentiful. You can buy it all day long, but there's going to be a point when Bitcoin and Litecoin are hard to attain, and people that don't have it may just want to say, "Hey guys, guess what? I've got a tenth of a Bitcoin." That's right. Collectors, things like that. So those will have Bitcoin and Litecoin will have value because of that. And that's going to hurt Digibyte as well. I know Digibyte's technology is great, and I know that they're secure. I know they've got a pretty good following, but until they're listed on more exchanges, and I wish that they would do something to eliminate. I almost wish they'd do a coin burn or something if they wanted to get more value. All right, and that's all I'm really going to say about Digibyte. But I did say that I would talk about Digibyte a little bit, so that was that. Sounds like House. What about Digibyte? I just talked about Digibyte. And Poseidon Lou is on. Hey, thanks Poseidon Lou for joining my channel. I appreciate that as well. Guys, please like and subscribe while I am looking over these comments here. If you do have any questions for me, please throw them up there. But basically, let's see here. Digibyte, Joe. It takes a foothold. I like Digibyte, but like Joe said, it's probably gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be a while, guys. I mean, if it's something you just want to pile up or buy a little bit here and there and just hold on to it, and I would definitely take it off the exchange, because if it's on the exchange, they can manipulate it. The more of it that's removed for the public to buy, the better chance for it to go up in values, just like Bitcoin and Litecoin, the same thing. You never know if these exchanges, because they're not regulated, if they can just be doing a derivative type of thing on your Digibytes. And if you're young, see, I think personally I'm too old to invest in Digibyte, because I think it could take 10 years for Digibyte to really take off. It could be less, and it's hard to talk that far in advance because we don't know what the future brings. Year to year, even day to day with cryptos, things can get very exciting very fast. Right now, just because things are a little boring doesn't mean that they are, because things can get exciting really fast in cryptocurrencies, as we all know and we've all seen. We've all gone through stress and elation, and I think we've got a lot of elation coming up here very soon, guys. See how it's so hard. Let's see. Joe couldn't just use your account to buy Bitcoin and then transfer it. Yeah, I mean, I could have done that. I could have just transferred. I could have just bought some Bitcoin and transferred it to him. But first of all, I wanted to see how difficult it was going to be to buy. Second of all, I wanted him to get used to using the app. Third of all, I just want to know that how difficult it was to actually buy it, because I haven't bought it since I opened my account years ago. What, 3 years ago now, 2.5, 3 years ago. And also, he didn't have the cash on me to just give me. But that is an option that I was thinking of, but at the moment it wasn't. I would have rather have him just done it the right way. You know what I mean? But if he really wants it, I can end up doing that for him. He'll just have to give me the cash, and I'll just have to buy it and send it to his address. But then then you got to worry about, now, is it a problem with his bank? Is his bank going to let him buy cryptocurrencies? Is his bank going to allow him to transact through Coinbase? So still a lot of, I'd rather just have him do it the right way. I did think of that though, and that is an idea. But I'd rather have him just go through the proper process to do it. He should probably just get a wallet where I just send it to. And but if his bank's not going to let him, take the money off and from Coinbase, then that's going to be another issue. He's going to have to find another bank. So it's just too many, not easy enough to get in and out of cryptos yet, but it's on the way, guys, very soon. Um, they're not doing themselves any favors, and I think they're still trying to keep the general public out of cryptocurrencies. I still think while the big boys are getting ready and they're gearing up right now. I mean, they've been gearing up. They're about to go live. They want their investors to benefit the most first. The people that already got the bucks, and that way they can look good because look at, hey, I told you to get into Bitcoin, Mr. Millionaire, and you got in, and now look at Bitcoin. We got in at 10,000, and now look at up to 15,000. You just made 50% on your money. I think I deserve a nice commission off of that. What do you think? And now you trust me, don't you? And now we'll let the retail investor get in and drive up that price even more. Ooh, and now you like me even more. And let's get some more commission from you, Mr. Millionaire, since I'm making you so much money. And now you trust me even more. You know, you got to think like these brokers think, like these exchanges think. Um, because they're not letting us little guys in easily doesn't mean they're not benefiting. They're not making much off of us buying our little $200, $400, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin and Litecoin here and there. They're benefiting when these whales come in with, $100,000, $200,000 and buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin and Litecoin, and they make a commission off of it and this, that, and the other thing, and they can look good and show off to their friends, and they can, flash around and post on Twitter how much money they just made their clients, and then they get more clients from that. They don't benefit that much from us small guys. In the long run, they will, and they will rely on us. But right now, they want to make money for their big clients, and we're kind of taking a back seat to all that. Very soon, though. Except for us, we're already in here. We're gonna ride that first wave of the whales coming in. And then we're going to ride the second wave of the rest of the retail people coming in. And then we're going to ride the wave of the pension funds and the countries that want to have it in their basket of currencies. And we're going to just ride so many waves, guys. We are so early in right now. There's only maybe 3% of people in cryptocurrencies, and I'm being honest with you. You know, the person at this guy's bank didn't even know what cryptocurrencies were when he called them and he asked if they were holding his funds because they didn't work with Coinbase. And the person there didn't even know what he was talking about. They didn't even know what Coinbase was. They didn't know what a cryptocurrency was. They never even heard of Bitcoin. Okay. And we hear about it all the time because we're watching these channels, we're researching. We just figure, hey, everybody knows about it, guys. 90, I'd say 60% of people don't know what it is, have a clue. Another 20% have heard of it and are not invested in it. The other 7% are probably have thought about investing but still aren't. And then we're the three remaining percent that are actually in it and involved in it. That's why I say if you're in altcoins, guys, you're not going to miss out, even if they 10x and then it proves it's a good coin, then get into it. Right now, guys, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and, to me, that's it. That's it right now. That is it. Um, and I hate to burst bubbles, and I hate to, you know, ruin your hopes. You've been dedicated to these coins, these altcoins, like I've been talking about, and I've been telling you for months. Once Bitcoin announced that they're gonna stop U.S. People from using their exchange, that was the end of Litecoin of Bitcoin of altcoins for the foreseeable future. And I'll be darned if I wasn't exactly 100% right. Slowly, we're going to get there. Yes, Aztec Kane, and I think it could be quickly. It seems slowly right now because it's just been kind of boring. I mean, especially when we're used to seeing those drastic swings, it has been boring. But it's this month we're going to start to see it move, and we're going to see it move from now to the end of the year. And that's just what I have the feeling is going to happen. I'm not. It's not really worth buying anything that won't be included in institutional basket offerings. Yeah. I mean, the institutional baskets are the things that are the the big money, the whales, and that these exchanges and their brokers are going to recommend that they get into. And if it's an altcoin, it's going to wither up and die unless they've got enough money to hold off, hold on until things turn around, and that could be years, guys. I hate to say it. Um, Kobe Ninja asset makes it different. Yeah, we have that stable coins will be the only thing used for payments. Yeah, I mean, guys, think about it. I mean, do you want to pay more for a TV or risk paying more? Or do you want to sell something and get less for it? Nobody does. That's why stable coins are what are going to be used for transactions, and Bitcoin and Litecoin can still be used as that. Um, and they're going to be value. They're just going to be stores of value, and they're going to be things that are collectibles that people are going to want to have because they're limited and there's not a lot of them. These cryptocurrencies that have millions and millions and millions and billions of coins are not going to be collectibles. They've got that going against them. Um, what's the difference between Bitcoin and a stable coin? Doesn't a stable coin have the same fundamentals? By Bitcoin Litecoin hoping to make money? Well, stable coins don't go up in price. Robert Sullivan asked, what's the difference between Bitcoin and a stable coin? Well, stable coin basically is based on the US dollar. It's worth $1 and it will always be worth one US dollar. And pretty much the way people buy and sell things where I'm from are in US dollars. I don't go to the store and see the price. This is, 1/10 of a Bitcoin or X amount of Satoshis. No, it's worth $1,000. And people want to know that that's what it's worth because the price of Bitcoin can go up $1,000 in a minute. Which affects the price that you're going to pay for that item. My father's 98 years old. Bless your father, Aztec Kane. That's great. 98 years old, boy. That'd be amazing if we could all make it to 98. Um, and people that are 98, chances are they're not in cryptocurrency. Do you think Litecoin will be a quarter of the price of Bitcoin? I do, but I think it may take a little longer than I first expected. I think it's going to take Litecoins. I know we just had a halvening, but I think it's going to take its next halvening to get up to a quarter of a Bitcoin because as of now, um, Litecoin's rate is still higher than the normal inflation rate. They still produce more Litecoin every day than the rate of inflation. After the next halving, it will be lower than the average normal cost of inflation. However, there is a however. If we do see this helicopter money and this increased printing of money, inflation will go up higher than the rate of Litecoin's inflation. Then we could see Litecoin's price appreciate rapidly. But we're also going to see Bitcoin's price appreciate probably more rapidly because when Bitcoin has its next happening, it's going to be lower than the normal rate of inflation, where Litecoin still has to wait another 4 years for its happening to be lower than the rate of inflation. And people are going to want to be lower than the rate of inflation. If things go bad, it's going to be a safe haven. And I know it's hard to think of Bitcoin as a safe haven because it does fluctuate so much in price. But year over year, there's no other thing that you can put your money in that goes up like Bitcoin. It's better than Amazon, better than Apple. And it's going to continue that way because that's the way it's built. That's the way it was created. Um, God bless Satoshi, whoever they, he, she may be, for thinking this out. The way that they plan this, simply amazing. Some people know how I'm a Litecoin holder. I wish for the ratio, but even to my ratio. Yeah, I mean, guys, if Bitcoin, goes up to 20,000 and, Litecoin gets to 1,000, I think we'll all be happy, right? I don't think it needs to get to 5,000. But Bitcoin is going to be a lot higher than 20,000, meaning, let's just say, for shits and giggles, Bitcoin gets up to $100,000. To be a quarter price, Litecoin would have to be $25,000. Even if Litecoin is at $10,000, and is anybody going to be complaining out there? I don't think so. All right. You're still going to make a crap load of money in Litecoin. And it's a hell of a lot more affordable to get in than Bitcoin. 20 to 1 sounds low, but hey, if you just look at it how I put it, I think everybody will be pretty darn happy. I think we're going to watch it sink, then pop. SB, SB, I don't think so. I think we've tested the bottoms on Bitcoin repeatedly here this year, and I saw it go down to 9 and jump right back up to 10. I think the people that are in Bitcoin now who see it drop below 10, they know there are buyers out there ready to pounce. And I don't think they're going to try to manipulate the market like they were doing earlier this year. They were trying to play games because they were hoping that people would see Bitcoin price drop and then panic and sell, and then they could scoop up their coins and then buy theirs back as well and just get some cheap Bitcoin. Now I think the game has changed a little bit, especially with these big exchanges going live. They know that now the brokers are going to be in here buying opportunities on these buying opportunities, so they can buy it if it goes below 10 and then resell it to their clients. So say it goes down to 9,500, they come in, they buy it at 9,500, goes up to 10. Now when their clients want to come in and buy it, they can maybe sell it at 10,500. They've just made $1,000 on every single Bitcoin that they purchase. That's 10% plus their commission, plus they have a markup on top of it. Instead of buying it at 10,000 and then selling it to their clients at 10,000 and plus their little markup and their little commission, they're ready to make money, and it's easy money for them. And I don't think we're going to see it drop. Could be wrong. Again, not financial advice, but this is just my opinion. Am I going to Bix's party in Vegas? Guys, I wish that I could. I just don't have enough money. I'm not a rich person. Maybe what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start putting links at the bottom of my videos with my Litecoin address. And if anybody has the heart or feels like they want to donate $10 worth of Litecoin or $1 or whatever, I would appreciate it. That would be awesome. Then maybe I can start attending some of these events, because I do have the type of job where I can take time off. But the thing is, if I don't work, I don't make money. If I don't make money, I can't pay my bills. Then my wife gets mad at me, and then blah, blah, blah. You all know what you all going through, probably the exact same thing I'm going through. But I do work for myself. I am self-employed. So if I did have the funds to travel and go to these events, time wouldn't be an issue. It's more of the money thing. And I don't have to have a high budget. I don't have to stay in the Ritz Hotel and fly first class and all that type of stuff. I'd just be happy to go out there and meet people. But yeah, so maybe I will start to put links down at the bottom if anybody would like to contribute. I don't have one down there at this video, but that's because that's not something that I've done. But maybe I will start doing that. No, I'm not near the coast, but thanks for asking, and please pray for those people that did lose their lives and their homes and loved ones in Dorian. That was a disastrous hurricane. Let's see, Richard Love got in 6 months ago and watched Litecoin Dublin go back where I bought it. It's going to go up. Richard, Litecoin is cycle like this, man. It's when you don't expect it to go, all of a sudden it like goes up 50%. It's crazy. I can't explain why it does it, but it does it very regularly, very regularly. Bitcoin, let's see, this is Johnny Turbo. Bitcoin and is both a currency and a store of value. Transactions will be stablecoin to merchant, Bitcoin to merchant, or Bitcoin to stablecoin to merchant. Yes, that's right, Johnny. I agree with you there. That's kind of what we already talked about. Richard Love, I hear you, but I like Bitcoin and amazing cash flows someday. Yes, I do believe we're going to have some amazing cash flows someday if we're patient. And I don't think it's going to take too much longer. People are old actually have more perspective. They aren't so stuck on so much change. That's true. Oh, my wife is home, guys. I am going to go ahead and I am going to sign off here. But guys, I wish I had more time to look through these comments. There's a lot of interesting ones here. But Guys, if you want to comment on the video, not on the live chat, but in the comment, um, I try to get back to all of those comments with some type of a reply. If it's not, if it's either a thumbs up or if it's a question, I try to answer that question the best I can. I'm going to go ahead and put a link below, guys. If you have the ability to give me a donation, I'd appreciate it. That would be awesome. And please kiss your spouse, hug your kids, pet your pets. God bless each and every one of you. I'm going to sign off here. You have a great night, everybody. Bye now.